Hey guys, Sean Terry here. What is up? Hope all you are staying safe out there. You're doing well. And you guys are out there rocking and rolling. So I'm excited to have you guys here. There's a chat roll below that all you guys have been in there. There's been, what, 400 or 500 people in there already just chatting away on stuff as we've been scrambling to get everything set up there. So I appreciate you guys being here. We got a ton of awesome stuff we're going to be covering tonight, so I'm super excited about it. Here's the deal. For the past probably for the past couple of years, I have been fretting over our CRM, our customer relationship management, our automation tool, our tool, because I have hired people on in my business, and I'd have to teach them all these different platforms to do business. And because I literally had to have training videos for each one of these platforms. You know, if you followed my training and with all the different things we need. So essentially, you know, I went on a quest, and I've heard from you guys and from people of our members that were talking about, listen, we have so many different things. They're getting overwhelmed, stressed out about all these platforms and paying for all these different things and having to figure out that they're actually not doing the business, which is talking to sellers and making offers, but they're figuring out stuff. And I found it exactly the same way with my team, figuring out all these different platforms. So I literally went on a quest looking for developers, looking for potential products out there, looking for softwares out there that could solve that problem. And I found it about, when is it? Is it May now? So this is about almost 8-9 months ago. We found it. We moved into the platform. We were in Podio, literally embedded with 12,000 leads plus in Podio, and we moved into this new platform. It's been an amazing experience. I'm going to walk you through what happened, a lot of different things, and we're going to talk about some of those problems that it solves. So first off, we have been literally knee deep, literally diving in, getting this ready for tonight for you. I've been off social media. I've been completely disconnected and just buried in getting this complete because I want this to be the best it can be. Now, tonight, I'm going to show you Freedom Logic, right? I'm going to take you in and show you the problems that it solved. I had a request from my staff this past week that we do only limit the amount of people to 175 people as a inaugural group, like a beta group. Essentially, we've got to keep it limited because of support reasons. I don't want to overwhelm Chelsea. Don't want to overwhelm Mike. Don't want to overwhelm the team. So that being said, please stick around. Talk what we're going to talk about, what I'm about to show you, because I'm about to blow you away on the solutions that what Freedom Logic solves. The other thing too is we're giving away $1,000 tonight, essentially $250 to 4 people, and we got specific instructions on how you can win. So make sure you pay attention, because you got to be the smartest and most observant to be able to pay attention, and you're going to have specific instructions to submit your answer. And if you jump off during the webinar, if you leave during the webinar, if whatever, you're going to miss something that's going to tie into the conclusion or the answer that we're talking about. So that being said, let's get into it. All right, I want to talk about the 4 reasons why you might not be succeeding at flipping houses or wholesaling houses. We're going to talk about those 4 reasons. I'm going to take you into it, and I've really went in deep and dissected why people aren't successful. I've talked to students that weren't successful and found out why they weren't successful. I've been doing teaching now for the past over 10 years. So I've spoke to, thousands of students. And it basically comes down to these 4 things. If you can solve these 4 things, then success is inevitable. Do you hear what I just said? If you can solve these, what I'm about to show you, 4 elements of the business, then success is inevitable. So you might be in a situation right now where you're not getting deals for some reason. You're trying to do marketing, maybe you're trying to get leads, and it's not working. Now, as you know, I virtual wholesale and I local wholesale. And that is a business model of doing business. And there's strategic or specific things that you can do to get deals over the phone. And that's just basically semantics, right? Basically going out and talking over the phone and talking to sellers and getting deals. But there's specific things that you can and cannot do that will get you success. And there's 4 specifically that if you can master these, or at least overcome these, success is inevitable. So here's the biggest problem in the industry right here, right now. Now, I have used all these platforms until today. Until about 8 months ago or so. Now, if you look it up in the top or left, you see Podio. What is Podio? Podio is a customer relationship management. It's not built for real estate investors. That's where you put all your contacts in. You have to build out these different apps, right? And then you have to put in fields and you have to customize it. And then Podio, to get any automation or any follow-up, you have to connect it to other apps, right? And you do that using Globiflow, right? And Globiflow and Podio and other apps, right, like Lead Sherpa, like Callrail, like Mailcimp, gives you the ability to create automation in your business and follow-up sequences in your business. Now, if I showed you my follow-up sequence prior to Freedom Logic, you would be completely blown away. You would be like, this is insane. I can't believe it, because of all the moving parts in the business. So if you go back to the screen here, you'll see Podio, Globiflow, then we have Callrail. Callrail is where you have all your tracking numbers, your phone system, where you get text messages back and forth, and you can communicate with sellers, and you can essentially track your marketing to specific campaigns. The problem is you get calls coming in, but you don't know what is an actual response and what is an actual lead. Now, you have to connect all these apps via Zapier. So Zapier connects Callrail, connects Globiflow, connects Podio to all, and Mailcimp, to all these different apps. Now you have Docusign, where you actually sign documents with sellers, right? And you have Wix, which is a website platform, and there's other platforms out there that I recommend, have recommended, that are essentially website platforms. And I know the owners and they're friends of mine, so I'm not going to name them or anything like that. The bottom line is that getting online, having a website, again, is another tool. It's another monthly cost. It's another headache. It's another platform you have to figure out. Do you realize that Podio in itself is a platform that takes, it took me at least a month and a half to build out all the apps and then figure out how it works and then teach my team how it works and get them in the process. But it's a broken system because we're trying to create it for us. Globiflow, trying to connect it, you have to have coding ability, right? And then you have to pay for it. Plecto is essentially a tool to report KPIs. Wouldn't it be nice to have a system that already did it for you? Lead Sherpa, launch control, other great products on themselves, but the bottom line is they're expensive and it's for texting. Lead Sherpa and Launch Control are specifically for texting sellers or texting buyers, right? In different ways. It's actually more for texting sellers. Mailcimp is an email platform, so you can email your buyers or you can email your sellers out of the platform. So all these right here, I have spent $37,000 a year annually and thousands of hours setting up each one. I've been in Wix, I've been in Docusign, I've been in Lead Sherpa personally, I've been in Mailcimp personally, Zapier personally, Callrail personally, Globiful personally built things, Pekla. I've been in all these, went inside, learned the platform, built it, and you know when I did it? From 10 o'clock at night to 2 o'clock in the morning. Because it's my business and I wanted to succeed in real estate because there is no other platform that was all-encompassing until now. So now, I want you to stay on to the end, and I'm going to show you how you can essentially win, or 4 people win, $250. So here's the rules of the giveaway. So first off, number one, giving $1,000 away, essentially 4 people will win $250 each. First off, you have to guess the word or phrase at the end. I'm going to ask for the word or phrase. There's going to be a specific way you're going to respond and how we're doing it. It's not going to be in the chat. It's going to be in a different method. So do not respond in the chat. Number 2 is that you must only submit 1 answer. If you submit more than 2 answers, you are disqualified. Meaning, I did this before in the past, and what happened is people went and they just typed in 1,000 times the answer, you lose, right? So that's not gonna happen. You lose, you will be disqualified. You must text your answer to a number. I'm gonna give you a specific phone number to text, and I'm gonna give it to you, and you'll have to text to that number. You must answer the trivia question that I'm going to give at the end. At the end of the training, I'm going to give. So you're going to have to guess the word or phrase that's going to be revealed during the webinar, right? And you have to guess or you have to know the trivia question, and you have to text to a specific number. I have Chelsea right now on the other side that is monitoring the text messages, and she will pick 4 of the winners that are the first winners, number 1, and obviously they don't answer multiple different times or you're going to get disqualified. All right, and it's very easy for her to see. Now, part of this, the first letter is S. This is how it's going to show, and basically the word or phrase is going to be laid out over the course of this training. All right, so maybe you guys don't know me. I have been wholesaling houses specifically for the past 17 years. I'm a God-loving family man, 2 beautiful daughters. I got a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old, and great, awesome. I got great kids, great wife, married for 23 years, been flipping houses for 17 years, transacted over $300 million in deals, and currently flipping anywhere from 15 to 25 deals a month. I mean, I just looked at our closings for this week. We got $94,000 closing for this week. Right now, during COVID-19, during this whole partial opening thing in different states across the country, we're doing deals right now. And a big reason for this is because what I'm about to show you this evening. So, hosted the Flip to Freedom podcast with over 12 million listeners, 196 different countries, creator of the Flip to Freedom Academy members area. Essentially, that has over 20,000 members in there, over 9 best-selling courses, 20,000 members. Best-selling author, currently own over 760 student housing units across the country. Right now, I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I have a beach house in Dana Point in Southern California. We've been going there for the summers for years and years and years and years, and love it. So I know real estate. I have 2 passions. Number 1 is real estate. I love real estate. I love doing deals. I love figuring out stuff. I like making things more efficient. I like love the transactional side of it. When it comes to multifamily, I love raising capital, syndications, getting big deals done that are limiting risk with long-term loans, right? I love that. Number 2 is I love education. I love teaching. I love doing live presentations like this. I love live events that we do. We have coaching programs and masterminds, and we get to dive into people and really work with them to help them succeed. And we have thousands of success stories of people that made maybe their first check of $1,000, that with a handful of people that made millions of dollars over the years that have followed what we've been talking about. So the bottom line is, what the issue thing is trying to figure out why it's not working. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you're marketing, you're sending direct mail, maybe you're doing pay-per-click advertising, and you're trying to figure out why it's not working? But the problem is you're talking to yourself and you don't know why it's not working. I have people that contact me all the time and say, listen, I'll give you $100,000 for coaching. I just got a call from our sales guy. I said, hell, I got a guy that wants to pay us $60,000 for coaching. I turned it down because I'm like, first off, I'm so busy. I got a ton of stuff going on. I don't do personal one-on-one coaching. I teach you our masterminds that we do, what I love. And I wouldn't want to take, that doesn't work for me. The bottom line is that why isn't it working? If you can't figure it out yourself, you got to go to somebody else. So I'm going to show you why it's not working tonight. The first number one thing, this is number 1 out of the 4, right? Number 1 is the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? Now, you've heard that before, and I've heard that before, and what happens is there's 2 reactions to follow-up. They go, oh, yeah, I know. I know about follow-up. Oh, yeah, I know about follow-up. Oh, yeah, I do follow-up. No, you don't. You think you do, but you don't. Do you know that 90% of our deals that we close, the $94,000 that we're closing this week, right? This week, everything's closed. They're all signing and closing on Friday. We'll probably fund on Monday after they get everything done. But closing this week, the $94,000 closing deal is specifically from follow-up. Did you know that? 90% of all the deals. So if you're going to say, hey, Sean, let me ask you a question. Is your deals done on a 1 to 2 call close, or is your deals done on a 3 to 15 contact close? It's 3 to 15 contacts is where 90% of our deals and our revenue comes from. So my question to you is, what is your follow-up sequence? What is your automated follow-up sequence? Something that runs behind the scenes without you. Now we got you. So next one. Okay, here's some statistics. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. Now, do you realize that I have talked to people just like you, students, they bought courses, they got education, they went to live events, they even paid for masterminds, and they sent marketing out to sellers, calls came in, they have voicemails with sellers on the phone, basically left messages, and they've never called them back. Never call them back. 48%. Now, people ask me all the time, how can you still do deals in Phoenix? How can you teach what you teach? Aren't you worried about competition? 50% of the people don't even call people back. I'm not worried about competition. No way. 40%. Now, 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of the people make 3 contacts. So 12%, right? 88% of the people drop the ball. So let me ask you a question. Are you part of the 88% that dropped the ball? You could be. I know I was when I first started. I know I couldn't figure out why I couldn't break through. I couldn't figure it out. Why wasn't I getting to the other side? It's in the numbers. Only 10% of the salespeople make more than 3 contacts. 10%. Only 10%. 90% of your competition. That's why they ask me, are you worried about competition? Why do you teach what you do? Why? Because 90% of the people out there won't even call someone back 3 times. Now, look at these statistics right here. Now we go back to we got the contact side and we got the sales side. 2% of the sale, they're made on the first contact. Now, most people, I know myself, you get a call, right? Let's say you get a call in and the call comes in on the phone and the seller is, they want a higher price. You offer $100,000, they want $140,000, right? Happens all the time, happens every single day on leads that come in. They want 100, you want 140. They want 140, you offer 100, right? And it's not a one call close. Then you hang and say, listen, you know what? We'll keep following up with them. And what happens is you write them off. You write them off because there's something critically important. I don't know if anyone's ever told you this before. There's something called a sales decision timeline. A sales decision timeline. And a sales decision timeline, almost like when, think about the last time you bought a car. There was a sales decision timeline. You did research online, you looked at all the cars, you Kelly blue booked your car to see what it was worth, what you could get for a trade-in value. It's good condition, right? Then you looked around and you checked out some different, car. Well, I like this car, and I like this car, and I like this car. Then you went and test drove them. You sat them. Then you talked about it, right? And then you kind of waited to the end of the month where the cars need to make a deal, and you met a couple sales guys and you negotiated with them, and then you went in and you made the decision. That is a car buying decision timeline. And what happens is the guy that follows up the most during that process gets the deal. It's the exact same thing with a seller decision timeline. There's a seller decision timeline that happens. They might meet you on the first or second call. Then they might talk to a realtor. Then something happens, they're going through a divorce situation and their husband says, I'm done. And now they pick up the postcard or letter, or they get the phone call from you, or they get the text message from you, or they get the automated email from you. And all of a sudden they said, hey, listen, we're still looking to buy a house. Are you interested? And then bam, they email back and said, you know what, now's the time. And that offer went from they wanting 140 and it went down to 105, 103, and you got the property under contract. It's a seller decision timeline. But here's the thing. We believe, and I know I did it the same thing. I talked to a seller, they wanted 140, I did 120. I'd write that lead off. And I wondered why I couldn't break through. Here's the deal. I didn't have any follow-up. Or the follow-up was on me. I had to call okay, I got to follow. I got all these follow-up people I got to follow. And I had this whole list, and Friday came, Friday's follow-up day, and I got to call all these people back. And see, the problem was, I'm not that good. I wasn't that good. I wasn't that good to keep myself, because, hey, Friday came, I had other things to do. Stuff happened. I put the priority to the back of the burner instead of calling this lady that wanted 140 when I offered 100. Why should I call her? Why? Because that's where the deals are. Now, 3% of the sales are made on the second contact. 3% on the second. Now, let's I'm freaking out now. 3% on the second. 97% of every single lead that you get is gone. You will not make a deal 97% of the leads coming in, you will not make a deal in the first or second contact. Did you know that? Did you know that? 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% on the fourth contract. We're at 90% of the people, and we've talked to them and contacted and been them for 4 times now, and it could be over a 4-week period. It's not like you could have contacted them every day. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. 90% you talk to them 4 times over whatever course of time, and they're not converting. Let me ask you a question. Think of all the leads you spent money on marketing. Think of all the direct mail that you sent. Think of all the AdWords that you've run. All of them, right? Think of all of that and think of take that number and put 90% on it. 90% is what you threw away. Think of how much money it costs to generate those leads. Now, 80% of all the sales are made in the 5th and 12th contact. So let me show you right here. This deal right here, Edgewood, right? This was in Phoenix. This is in Edgewood. $220,000. Sold price $252,000. Our 9th contact. I went back to our CRM. I looked at the amount of times they were actually contacted. On the 9th contact, we contracted that deal and we made $27,697. Go look at the address, 7209 East Edgewood. I don't hide the address like some people do in some of these trainings and stuff like that, because you can just go look it up. Look at the transaction history. Guess what? That's what we made. See? Here's the next one. 3559 Barrett Road, Akron, Ohio. Got it under contract for $80,950. Sold it to a great guy in Akron, Ohio. Really like him. His name's Mike. $97,000. 6th contact. The 6th contact through automated sequences and calling the 6th contact. $16,050. Here's another one. 8510. We're closing this one tomorrow. $27,000. 11th contact. $160,000, and we sold it for $187,000. That beautiful house right there, no, it did not come with a guy in the front yard. And we sold it for, and made $27,000 profit, 11 contacts. 11 times through automated sequence and calling the seller, right? 11 times. Here's C. Here's this one, 1407 Adams Street, New Albany, Indiana, right? Never been there. Cute little town. $100,500 for the contract, $118,000 sold price, 8th contact, 8th, right? $17,500. These are deals that we have done in the last, I just picked random deals right out of our CRM. And I went back and looked at the history of the contact. There is less than 90%, there's 90% are through follow-up, 10% is through the single call close. Now, I want you to do this right here. It's called intelligent automated follow-up sequences. Text your name to 602-902-1432. Text your name to 602-902-1432. This is going to be the number where you're going to submit your answer for the $1,000 giveaway, the $250 each. This is going to be the number you're going to submit your answer when I ask for it, and I'm going to ask the trivia question at the end, right? Once I ask that, you can submit it one time to that number. Now, once you submit it, and I'm going to actually show you, so go to your phone and text. Now, I'm not going to stick you in some automated sequence, and you're going to get a bunch of that's not going to happen. I just want to show you how the platform works. And this is the best way to get you guys engaged with it. It's really cool, and you can kind of see how it works. Next one is E. All right, So why is follow-up so important? Why is follow-up so important? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you in this cool little website right here. It's called the Sales Velocity Calculator, Sales Velocity Calculator. And what it does is if you take the active opportunities or leads, your average deal size, what your size of your deals are, your win rate. Now this right here is the win rate, is you're winning, because we just said on there, we showed that X amount of salespeople close deals over a certain contact time, right? Let's say you've got a 2% win rate. Now, at 90%, that's a 1% win rate if you have 100 leads. So if we have 100 in here, right? And let's say your average deal size is say $8,000. And let's say your win rate's 1, right? That's basically 90% or 10%. And then you have here, you've got average sales cycle, you got 30 days. Now, I'm gonna put 2 in here. Let's say you just have a 2% win rate, sales velocity. That means your revenue for the year, if you have 100 active leads at any given time, and you have a 2% win rate over a 30-day cycle, that's $194,000. Now, let's play around why this is so important, right? Now, we take this right here. What if you could increase your win rate through automated follow-up sequences that would actually pull sellers toward you? Meaning it would pull sellers toward you to actually, through text messaging, through email marketing. We get email after email after email of sellers that are automated sequences that will say, hey, just give me this, just give me that. I'll take this, I'll take that. I send an email out, if you're on an email list, of an actual screenshot of a seller saying, hey, listen, I'll take this. And it was literally 20, 30,000 under market. So if you look at right here, win rate, what if we turn around and we could triple your win rate, right? 6. And we go 6, that's all we do. We triple your win rate. We give you more opportunities. You have a follow-up sequence. What happens to your revenue? You went from $194,000 to $584,000 a year as a real estate wholesaler by doing one thing on the list, and that is you increased your win rate by automated follow-up sequences. And if you don't have automated follow-up sequences, you can't increase your win rate because you're not contacting the 90+% of people that are getting away. You're just focusing on, I offer you 100 and they want 100 and they take it, right? And they want it that day. Oh, it's a deal. Or they schedule an appointment. You go on an appointment, you get the deal. Now look at this. I'm going to play around with this because this is what I do in our mastermind programs and stuff like that. What we do is now increasing opportunities is about increasing leads. I'm going to talk about that in step number 4, right? We're going to talk about conversion optimization. We're going to talk about how to increase this number and how critical it is. Now, deal size. What if you could increase your deal size? Now, deal size is incredibly important, and I show you how to increase deal size and understanding the process of making offers. But let's say you could do two things. You increased it by 6% and you increased your deal size right here to $12,000. So $4,000 more, $12,000. Now you're almost making $1 million a year. That's $876,000. Now, I'm going to show you something right here. Our average deal size is about $17,000. 17,000, that's our number. But let's say you just do 12,000. Let's say you keep your win rate the same. That means deals are coming in because you have more sellers raising their hand automatically. And now you reduced the sales cycle. Now, interestingly, I had a guy that was part of our mastermind group. His name's Joe. He actually came down to my office. He was making about $300,000+ a year wholesaling houses. And he couldn't figure out why he couldn't break through. We looked at all his numbers, his statistics, his average deal size, amount of opportunities, his win rate, what he was closing, what he was doing, and we found the weak link. You know what his weak link was? His closing time frame. His closing time frame was 45 days. Let me show you this here on the screen. So I'm going to go back. I'm just going to put it to 45 days right now just to show you. See this 867, watch what happens. It drops about $300,000+ after the number by increasing it by 45 days. So what I showed him how to do is get a closing in about 15 days, right? It's what he wasn't doing. We took his timeline, closed it down. Now watch this, watch this. Watch this number right here. Watch this. Boom. Look at that. It more than doubled his number we increased this right here. So do you realize that here's the situation. You look at your wholesaling business right now, and there's a couple tweaks that have to be made. It's not big things. It's not massive. You don't have to re-engineer your life. It's tweaks that have to be made, and these tweaks are critical. All right, so let's get back into here. All right, so here we go. There's S. All right, so the intelligent automated follow-up sequence. This is the old way. Yes, you need Callrail and Zapier and Podio and Lead Sherpa and Globiflow and Mailcimp and all these things to do what I'm about to show you we do, right? And here's the new way. The new way is automated follow-up sequences. Now, I am going to take you in here. Now, I am inside Freedom Logic right now. If I go to Freedom Logic and I go to Settings, and I go to Workflow Automations that's connected to every campaign, there's 59 actions. I click here and I click Edit. You can see that everything is based upon statuses. New, no contact, long-term company follow-up. So you select a status and 19 actions happen. You select a status and 15 actions happen. Refer to a realtor, under contract, contract sent, closed, do not call, opt out, hot follow-up, contract pending approval. Now watch this. If I go in, now you have a call that comes in. You paid for a lead. Now think about this real quick. You paid for a lead. And the lead came in from direct mail. It came in from Google AdWords. You paid for it. It came into your system, right? You called the seller once. You called the seller twice. You called the seller 3 times. No answer. What do? Do you realize that you can go in here and you can select new no contact because it's a new no contact lead, and look what happens. Let me show you. So on here, I'm going to go new no contact, bam, automatic SMS that goes out. Hello, first name. Are you still looking to sell your property? Urgent, right? And an email right here. This email goes out to the seller, and it has the seller's name populated. It has the phone number you have in there, has your name and information. And look at, you can turn around and I can add buyer's information. I can add sellers. Look at, you can add all the fields of the seller's information in here. You get the let's say if I wanted to add, thank you for requesting a fair cash offer on, and I could put seller lead information, and I could put property address. Boom. Hey, thank you for requesting on property address, right? Period. Right? And I can do that, and that can change the automation, and it comes through an email, and I can update it, and here's all the information. Boom, update it, bam. Now, that updates the whole thing. Now, I've got automate. So these are all these sequences right here that go through these sequences. They get text and they get email, they get text, they get email, they get text and they get email, they get text and they get email. They come back in their system and then it loops and it continues until the seller either contacts us or opts out and says, I'm done, don't talk to me. Now, the next one, look at this. What do you do when you have a seller that you've made an offer to and they go, oh, you know, I'm just looking, I just wanted to see what you'd offer. What we do is we select long-term company follow-up. Do you understand how many deals we get off this? I can't even tell you. Sorry, I'm yelling at Chris and his ears are blowing out because I'm so excited. But here's the deal. Long-term company follow-up. This goes over 270-day sequence. A 270-day sequence. I personally wrote every single message. I personally wrote every single follow-up, every single text from the 17 years of knowledge that I know about marketing, about automation, about getting sellers to respond. I took my 17 years of knowledge and I put it into an automated follow-up and sequences where it can be done at the click of a button. All you gotta do is click new, no contact, and it's gonna go through automated sequence. It's gonna go in the background, and you're gonna get leads coming in automatically from sellers going, oh, I'll take this. Oh, I'll take that. Yes, can you give me a call back? Yes, I wanna sell, call me back. And you'll be amazed. You'll be getting deals left and right. Do you know how much money this will make you? This alone is insane. So now, here is the new way. That is the new way to do business. Automated, intelligent, follow-up. I personally wrote from 17 years, done tens of millions of dollars in deals inside of Freedom Logic. There's S. All right. Number 2 reason why you might not be succeeding. Because of leads. Leads. Now, we've talked about leads, right? Leads, right? If I was gonna sit down and talk to you and I was gonna say, let me ask you a question. How's your business going? You go, oh man, I'm struggling. I can't figure it out. How's it going? First thing I would go to leads. Second thing I would go to, how's your follow-up and automation? So I go, let me ask you a question. How many leads did you get this week? And you go, well, I got, 4. All right, great. How many offers did you make? I made 1. Right? How many contracts did you get? I got none. Those are KPIs. Those are the KPIs I track with my sales guys, right? How many contacts did you make? How many offers did you make? How many contracts did you get? So if you have no leads, just like this guy right here on the screen, you got no deals. You have no business. Equals. Okay. Lead generation frustration, the old way. So what happens is there's multiple different lead generations. Yes, there's direct mail, right? Direct mail is something you've got to do. But there's new ways. There's cold calling and there's texting that has taken a new wave into the market of texting sellers, sellers to generate leads so you can create communication with them because you can talk to them. Here's what happens in the business of trying to use, say, in Lead Sherpa, great company, Launch Control, good company, as a standalone platform. But what you have to do is you have to go into REI Automator, you have to pull a list, you have to skip trace the list in REI Automator, then you have to take that list and import it into Lead Sherpa or Launch Control, and then you gotta, well, first off, you gotta run it through the DNC list and the litigator list, right? That might be extra cost or might not. I'm not sure if they've actually added that in their system yet. Maybe they have. And then you can go through and you can text these sellers in their platform, right? Now, I know Lead Sherpa costs $1,000 a month alone just for this one platform. Podio costs me $229 a month. Zapier is $49 a month, and that's just for the basic plan. And I'm not 100% sure what Launch Control costs. You can figure it out. But the bottom line is just the monthly cost on this is about $1,278 or about $15,300 just to generate leads. That's not including the list, and that's not including skip tracing. That's just the usage monthly of these platforms. So if I go here, let's look at instant leads with Leads Finder. So let me take you in the system right here. And I'm gonna go here, right? And I'm gonna go to leads, I'm gonna go to marketing, I'm gonna go Lead Finder. Now, you can search all properties across the entire country. Now I'm gonna do a search. Now I'm not gonna do Arizona, I'm gonna do, let's say Texas. We closed the deal recently. We closed a deal recently in Longview, Texas. Longview, Texas. Really, it was a great deal. We just closed another deal in Canton, Texas, and we got another one in Tyler, Texas. That we're closing. All right, so what we want to do is we want to do absentee owner, right? In-state, out-of-state, no preference. We want to get a vacant absentee owner. This is this is a great lead. Now, all these other, we don't really care. It could be vacant in tax delinquent, great. Vacant in foreclosure, great. We could have all that. That's great. We got ownership type. Now, we want an individual owner. So we want to include and we want to exclude corporate owned, because we know that you cannot skip trace corporate owned properties. Now, we want to exclude trust owned, and we want to exclude REOs, right? Now we want to select the 1 to 4 units, single family residence, duplex, triplex, quadplex, and condos. These are the most sellable wholesale properties in the marketplace. And then if you want to limit the list, right, you can do it by your built if you want. You can do it by square foot, lot size, square foot size, minimum, maximum, and stuff like that. So I'm just going to leave that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search, and I'm going to let it search Longview, Texas. And it found 467 vacant properties owned by investors in Longview. Now, Longview is a hot little market. Now, I choose through our virtual wholesaling, and we do deals all across the country, to pick small little markets outside of larger markets, right? And Longview is one of those markets. Now, what I can do is I can select these campaigns right here. I'm going to select all pages. Let me see. I'm going to select all pages, 467, and I'm going to add it to a campaign. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically add it to a campaign. I'm going to create a new campaign strictly for this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this Longview Absentee Vacant Properties. I'm going to call it a manual campaign, because it's not an online campaign. It's not a direct mail campaign, but it's a manual campaign, and it's a seller's campaign. I'm going to create this campaign. Now, this campaign is now created. It's taking all these vacant properties, absentee owners, and it's putting them into a bucket, into a campaign. So now I'm going to go to campaigns, right? And here's my campaign right here. Now, if you see, it says number of leads, 0. Now remember, I want to make an important point that there are leads, right? And then there's responses. So there might be people in there that are not leads, but you don't want to count that as a lead toward your KPIs. I've never seen a platform ever be able to differentiate from a response and an actual lead. And there's a way to do it inside the platform. It's killer. Let's go check it out. All right, so now I'm in here, right? And I'm gonna go in here to these absentee owner vacant leads, right? There's new no contact, and there's 475 right here, right? And now it's cool. Inside this campaign right here, it gives you all your metrics. You can go campaign size, cost to campaign, cost per lead, total revenue, total leads generated, response. I'll give you an example. Let me go back here to campaigns. Look this is like a fully blown out campaign. Look at this. Now this is how we manage our business. My sales guys go in and they have their campaigns that they work, and they would work the new no contacts. Now these are getting automated follow-up sequences right now, right? Then you got 3-month follow-up. Now I'm in a demo account, so they got realtor referrals, they got new follow-ups, so that basically it's broken out and you can manage your entire business from the campaign, which is amazing. Then it gives you all the stats, right? We got campaign size. So this is an online campaign. So it's generated 1,673 leads. The cost of the campaign is $44,000. Let me show you. So the cost is, so I'm in my Google AdWords account right now, and I'm gonna see what the campaign cost was. So the campaign cost, right, now it's $45,305. I pulled it yesterday. So $45,304. So let's call it $45,304. So I'm gonna update this. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go 45,304, right? So my team does this, and what happens, it updates it. So we're basically $26 cost per lead, that actual lead, 503 revenue, 88 properties, 316 basically revenue per lead that comes in. And then it gives you stats on the amount of leads. So if I go back here and I go back to campaigns, that's a built out one, and I go here, and I'm gonna go to these ones right here. These are all the leads that have come in. Now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna select right here. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna select, I'm gonna unselect, clear selection. I'm gonna select right here. I'm gonna select boom. I'm gonna select this page right here. I'm gonna select boom right here. Now what I'm gonna do is now I selected 40 leads. I'm gonna go to more actions. I'm gonna go to skip trace. And now it's gonna tell me to skip trace. I'm gonna go owner of record. I'm gonna go mailing address. I'm gonna go mailing city. I'm gonna go mailing state. I'm gonna go mailing zip. I'm gonna go confirm skip, right? So now it's confirm skip. I'm gonna go over here, right here, and I've got skip trace 40 leads, skip trace, right here. I'm gonna name the campaign, Longview Vacant 2, right? Now look at this. It automatically will remove the DNC, do not call list, and it will automatically scrub against the litigator list. These are people that just file lawsuits on people that send text messages or voicemails. So here we go. We got purchase. So I'm going to go next step. I'm going to submit order, and then bam. So now what happens is it's going to, see all these pending right here? It's going to skip trace this internally for me, and it does it for a skip trace, and it does it, and it scrubs against the DNC, and it scrubs against the litigator list with essentially additional cost, which is typically done. So now I go back, I go to my campaigns, and I go back here, and I go back to my leads that are here, right? And I look, and they have numbers. So there's numbers there. These are all the skip trace numbers, all the skip trace numbers, all the skip trace numbers. These are all the numbers that were skip traced right in the system. So now what do you do, right? Now what do you do is I can turn around, let's say I'm just gonna take these, I'm gonna select them, I'm going to the big button, I'm gonna go new SMS. And I'm gonna create a broadcast. I'm gonna select a phone number, right? We have an integrated phone system inside here. And then you're gonna go, hello, hello. I could go hello, and I could go primary contact name. Are you interested in? All right, and I could send that. Now, you could remove duplicate numbers, right? And you could send just to mobile numbers if you want. And you could click here, remove from DNC and remove from litigator list. Now, it's already done on here, but here's the reason why that's there, because if you upload your own list for whatever reason that's already skip traced or whatever, you can import it into here, and you can also do a text campaign right out of here. Now, I'm not gonna press next, but you press next, and now your campaign's off and running, and now you've got leads coming into your system. Now, let me show you real quick what this looks like. Now, I gave you the phone number, right? I gave you the phone number. Now, I'm gonna go in here and see this little icon up here. I'm gonna click it. So these are all the responses. So is there a Shannon DeBerry? There's a Maria, Eric Johnson, live stream freeze, right? O'Connor, immediately 2 months, stop, most definitely, right? Now, watch what happens when I click into these right here. So I got Shannon right here. Let's click Shannon. I'm gonna click in here to Shannon, and it's gonna bring in a lead. Shannon's from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I can say, hello, how are you? And I can press send. Now, Shannon, if you're watching right now, just reply back and say, I'm doing great and I'm on the live, or whatever. You can reply back, and she's right here, and she can reply back. She's on the live right now, which is super cool. So that's how it works. So now here's Shannon. Here's Marcus. Marcus is on here. What's up, dude? So I can go, Oops. What's up, dude? Oops. What's up, dude? Boom. And send him a message. So now I'm communicating with him right in the platform, in the lead, which we haven't even talked about yet. Right? Haven't even talked about. Now look at them. They're still coming in. There's Mario, right? Boom, boom, boom. Hello, one week. So basically on the platform, and you can turn around and you can do a sort right here just by a campaign and only show the campaign that you want. You can mark them red. You can hide them. You can mark them unread. But they basically go back to that. Let's see, you got Shannon right here on here. Hey, how are you? So I don't know. Shannon, you got to respond there, Shannon. What's up with that? But the leads, all these are coming in from people that are responding on the live. So if you see your name up there, right, or your phone number, most definitely Little Woods, right? Success, right? So success is only part of the answer. All right. So now that is the lead finder. Literally, instantly, you turn around, go in, get a name, and then skip straight. I'm so excited. All right. Number three, want more money, focus on your lead management routine. The way you handle the leads so you don't leave any lead unturned. Again, how do you handle this? You have to have something like Podio. You have to have you have to have Zillow or some sort of comping system. You have to have Callrail. You have to have Globiflow, Mailcimp to do automated follow-up sequence, Zapier, Docusign. All that to basically just get a deal. So how you manage your leads, right, is everything. Because they're going to come in from your business. They're going to come in from texting that I just showed you just like that. They're going to come in from direct mail. They're going to come in for pay-per-click advertising, which I'm about to show you something insane here in a second. But it's going to come in from that. And here's the thing, is that if you don't have a way to manage your lead system, then stuff is going to fall. That means you're paying for stuff and it's falling through the cracks. So let's get into this right here. Now, if you look at this, right, the new way, complete lead management and reporting. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go into, right, I'm going to go into campaigns because we kind of start at the campaign tab. And we go into campaigns. And if I'm going into campaigns here, and I'm kind of looking what's going on, I'm going to go to, let's say, let's just go to new no contact, right? And these are like essentially the new no contact. We got phone numbers that came in here, dates that came in, what the names of them are, right? And they all call it a fall in the inbox. And there's a lot of things you can do right here, right? You can confirm the lead, stop the follow-up, find duplicates if you want. You can do an SMS campaign. You can skip trace them if you need more information. You can email broadcast them, outsource the lead, export them if you want. So there are a lot of cool things, but let's get into it. Let's just pick, let's do, we got Green Bay. Let's do Green Bay. Green Bay. So when we get here, let me take you exactly what we do. We go into a lead, and let's say a lead comes in, and we're going to analyze that deal, right? First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Street View Maps, right? We're going to go to Street View and go, is this place in a viable neighborhood, right? We're in Green Bay right now. And we're looking here and we go, wow, this is a nice neighborhood, right? I don't know what that thing is, but look at, this is not a bad little neighborhood. And we could probably do a deal here, and here's the house right here. So first off, we're gonna look at the neighborhood and we're gonna see, hey, is this in the middle of nowhere? Is there life in this, right? Second thing we're gonna do is go here and we're gonna go, where is this adjacent to a major city? Now look at, we got Green Bay right here. Now I'm going to go satellite and look at this. Wait a minute. Is that Lambeau Field? That is Lambeau Field. Brett Favre. Right? We can watch Brett Favre play football. That's Lambeau Field right there. So this property, right, is right here, and Lambeau Field is right here, and Green Bay is right here, right? So this could be a potential good deal. Oh, there it is. There's Green Bay. So you can really get a good understanding. So I'd be talking to the seller and say, listen, I see that Lambeau Field's right down the street. How far away is that? I'm going to be talking to the seller. Now, I'm going through here, and now what happens is this is all structured in a way where you can talk to a seller and you can select the statuses. Remember, all these statuses trigger some sort of internal smart automation. Every one of these target an internal smart automation to happen with a lead. So you have to know, obviously, what the automation is so you can select it correctly. It ties it to a campaign. You can have someone work on that particular lead. You got the owner of records name information right here. You have the email address. If I want to send them an email, I can send them an email right out of the platform right here. No harm, no foul, all done, right? If I've got mobile number, I've got mobile number here. Right, and I got the information. So first off, there's the information on the seller. Then what we do is when we're talking to a seller, we're going into the property. So let me ask you a question, Mr. Seller. Tell me about the property, right? Now, if we have an associated contact, right? So let's say we have a title company, right? With here, we can type in. So we got, let's say Eileen Brown's our title company here. We can connect a contact. We have all of our contacts in here. We have our buyers that are located in here. We can connect a buyer with a specific property, which is really cool. So it keeps that in there. So we're talking to a seller and we're asking them, so let me ask you a question, Mr. Seller. Tell me about the property. Oh, it's about 1,580 square feet. It's about 9,230 lots, a frame building, 1956. 3-bed, 2.5 bath. They say, great. So let me ask this question. How soon would you like to sell, Mr. Seller? Well, you know what? I like to sell ASAP. I want to sell as soon as possible. So you're flexible in your price. Yes, I'm flexible. And let me ask you a question. What are you looking to get for your property? I'm looking to get $34,000. I'm looking to get, $86,000, for the property. Great. So let me ask you a question. What's the number one reason why you're selling the property? And then bam, they give you a reason. Now we go into condition, right? You can talk about the condition of the property, and we get into this, and we have them talk about condition and about the pricing. So let me ask you a question, Mr. Seller. How much do you think it would take to get the heating and cooling up to par, up to 2020 standards? What about the plumbing? How's the plumbing? What about the electric? What about your kitchen and bath? When was the last time your property was updated? And what you're doing is trying to get numbers out of a seller to have a good idea of what the total estimated renovation cost is, and you can use that part of your negotiation. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, Mr. Seller. You have a mortgage on the property. Is it free and clear? Oh, yeah, I owe, $28,000, on the property. Okay, great. A second mortgage? No, that's good. What's your payment on the mortgage? Their first payment, first mortgage type, second mortgage type, right? Payment amounts for $28,000 is, let's call it $432 a month or whatever. Then what we have is the 3 lowest comps. I'll talk about that in a second. Now we have the second asking price. Now the second asking price should be essentially lower than the first asking price. So you go, let me ask you a question, Mr. Seller. If we could handle all the repairs of the property, you didn't have to pay commissions, you didn't have to pay closing costs, you can move out on your time frame, what would be the least amount you would take for your property if we could pay all cash, you didn't have to worry about that? Right? And then they go, well, take 86, but I really take $73,000. And you're really trying to get the second asking number after you get the repairs and after you have an understanding about them and in your process of building rapport with the seller, right? So this is for an appointment date if it's a local transaction. So we get cash offer numbers right here. For highest ARV, you could put these numbers in, exit price number, goal target number. Seller financing, if you're gonna do a down payment arbitrage, this is for this information. What the mortgage amount is, term of the wrap, down payment amount, seller financing. This is a more advanced deal structure called down payment arbitrage. Then we have dispositions, right? So we signed a contract with the seller, let's say on the 15th, right? Purchase price of the property. We did the $73,000. We actually gave it to him because it worked. Sales price of the property is going to be $92,000, right? Repair cost. And what it does, it automatically calculates a spread for you. We don't put the repair costs in there because we don't need to worry with that. And we have let's say we're going to find a buyer and we're going to close with the buyer on the 23rd, and we got a closing date with the seller on the 18th, on that Monday. We got a picture link in here, and we got pictures if we want to put in. We got a lockbox we're going to put on the property, and any more notes, marketing of the property, disposition notes, and additional notes. So my whole team works in this one lead. Right? They work in this one lead. Now I'm going to save this lead. Now I'm going to go back, and as we're talking to the seller, there is a communication that you can have with the seller. You can text them back and forth, just like we showed you up here, right? You can email them, right? Here's the email, right? Hey, this is the email that went out to them. Faxes, comments, marketing, right? Any type of marketing. So these are automations that go out. Photos, you can update photos of the property that come in here. Attachments, any attachment. We put our closing docs all up in this one file. And any tasks. Let's say I wanted to follow up with the seller. I've got the automated follow-up, but this is a hot deal. I made the offer, and I want to follow up on Friday, but also I want to remind myself. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go contract follow-up, and I'm going to put basically I want to contract follow-up with the seller. I'm going to assign support to it. I want to do a date of that's going to be, let's say I'm going to do the next Friday, right? And I want to do a reminder 30 minutes prior. I'm going to save that task, and it's going to create that task for me, and it will remind me that I have that task that's scheduled. Now, here's the cool thing when I'm talking to the seller. I can go in here, and this is what's called comparable sales. It's connected to Zillow and eAppraisal, and it combines all the comps within a 1 mile radius, right? So I go through and I'm going to sort it by distance, right? And I'm going to look at here. I've got 1580 square feet, 3 bed, 2.5 bath of the property. And I'm going to go down. I'm going to look for properties 1,500 square feet. Wow, there's a lot of small ones on here, huh? Look at all these small ones. So I'm going to pick the bigger ones I can. I'm going to pick maybe, this is a 2 bed, 1 bath. These are all 1 bath. So this might be a good deal. This is 2.5 bath because it's the only one around it that has a bigger property. So I'm just going to pick these bigger properties right here. I'm going to pick this one. 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 So these are the larger properties right here. And what's going to do is give me an estimated value of the property. You got the square footage of the property. And then it's going to give me a quick comp. 80% of that number, 70%, 59, 49. Now we're giving offers in the 30 and right here in the 40% to 50% range. So what we're doing is say, listen, Mr. Seller, I appreciate you talking to me. We're going to be between $39,000 and $49,000 for the property based upon the comps that's going on and everything going on in the area. If that works, what I do is I'll do some more research on the property. And what I like to do is get you back on the phone in about 15 minutes and we can talk more and get concrete about the numbers. And they literally come back online. So the other thing too is we go in, now we can pull numbers real quick, talk to the seller, get cool, fast offer numbers, return here. Now we go back and the seller goes, okay, it's a go, let's do it, right? Well, we can go here and this is another button, right? We can delete the lead, we can print the lead like for a lead sheet, we can outsource it. We can create a public link and send it to a realtor if we want. We can skip trace the seller, just a one-off skip trace. You don't have to do it bulk like other programs. A one-off skip trace you can do just to get more numbers if you want. Or you can generate a document. So I can generate a document. I'm going to pick the AB contract right here. I'm going to go next. Now I've got the fields that are filled in. You got the purchase price, right? And you got the property counting and stuff. I'm going to go next. Now I can preview the doc. Now these are our contracts. These are the ones that we made, right? And if you can put it, if you want, you can put the parcel number in there. If you want to add additional stuff, I can go to page 2, and I can put, well, they want to, they have till Friday to accept. So they've got, May 22nd to accept. So they got till May to accept. So I'm going to move this right here, May to accept the contract. I'm going to go down right here. Then you can create signature lines. You can put any additional terms and conditions that you want in the contract. You can complete it and you can send it, and it works exactly like Docusign. It's a digital signing platform, exactly, if not better, because it brings in all the information. You don't have to upload the documents, and it works absolutely amazing. So if you go back here, if I go back to the lead right here, you can see that it literally, and then once the docs are signed, they're going to be housed in the attachment section right here. Now, I'm just showing you obviously a fraction of what this thing can do, but this, my friends, is an absolute game changer. Why? Because it is built for this business. It's built for real estate investors. It's built for real estate wholesalers. Now, all these Form fields are all customizable. So if I want to go in, I want to go to settings, I want to go custom field, I can go create, I can turn around and I can custom do these if I want to. You can change them for your workflow, right? You can change them for your workflow. Now, you can do that. You also, too, can go to settings right here. You can add people right here if you want. You can invite someone and add to your team. You can turn around and you have phone, and you can add phone numbers right inside here. And you can turn around and pick phone numbers, and it's the phone system integrated where you're texting in your direct mail would come to this phone number, and the leads would come into the campaign selected, right? And then all your leads that come into this campaign, and you can select them as actual leads or responses, but it will give you an actual response rate, and it will give you the amount of leads and a cost per lead right in this one platform. It's cool. Now, if I go here, if I go to dashboard, it gives you an overall view of all your marketing channels and campaigns and total revenue, and you can sort it by 30, 60, 90, or the date range that you want, which is killer. All right, so now that is complete lead management and reporting. Now let's talk about another lead source. It's called conversion rate optimization. So you're probably wondering, what the heck is that? Online marketing, right? Online marketing. If you're doing any marketing on Google AdWords or Bing, pay attention to me now, because this will be a game changer for you, right? What happens with Google AdWords and stuff, you spend a ton of money generating leads. This is the average conversion rate right here. And if you can see up in the corner, this number right here, let me go, boom. Up here, let me make this bigger. So I make it bigger. You see this number right here, see it right here? It says 3.48%. That is the average right here, average conversion rate for Google AdWords. You got 6.95, you got 2.4, 2.21. Now, if you want to do Google AdWords, people come to me all the time and say, who runs your Google AdWords? Who runs it for you? Who manages it for you? I do it myself because it's so simple. People make it so stupid difficult that Google, you can set it up in less than 10 minutes, and you can have it running and have leads in less than 10 minutes. The optimization is the key portion because of the conversion rate, which I'm going to show you the importance. Now, you have to hire someone to manage your AdWords, where I've seen as little as $1,000 and upwards to $3,000 to $4,000 a month, or a percentage of your ad spend. And if you spend less than X, then they charge you a significant number. Now, what is Google AdWords? If you're not sure what Google AdWords is, you have paid search. Someone types in the word, we buy houses, sell house fast for cash. Ads come up on the top, right? Or on the right-hand side, and then they got search, which is non-paid advertising. You can pay to have your ads show up when someone searches. Google and Bing is the best advertising, the best leads you can get on the planet. The best three are Google AdWords, is direct mail, is the texting platform. We're talking about texting, ringless voicemail, cold calling, all those. But this is someone that searched the word, they're motivated, and they want to sell, and they're reaching out to you. Now, let me show you the power of conversion optimization. Now, I found this cool little tool, and I want to show you, it's conversion rate optimization. Now, when you run ads on Google, what happens here, you'll see it, you'll run an ad and someone types in the search. Let's say if let me show you. Let me just go to Google. Right, if I go to Google right here and type sell house fast. So someone types in sell house fast, right? We buy ugly houses, national home offer, we buy easy homes. So let's say I go in and I go, say, type this, and I'm a seller, and I go, bam, I'm gonna click on this right here. And it goes to this site right here, right? Now, it has, we buy all houses in Arizona. They put their information, phone and email. This converts into a lead. Max cash offers, how it works, compare testimonials right here. Now, the average of the conversion of sites like this, right? I just showed you, convert at a benchmark of 3.48%. Now let's take that. That's exactly what happens. That converts to a lead. And leads come in 24/7. So I'm going to go back here, conversion rate. Now let's say you get, say 420 clicks. 420 clicks. So over a month, you get people that click your ad. And it's called pay per click. So you pay when someone clicks. You don't pay when someone converts into a lead, right? You pay per click. Now you have a 3.84 or 48? I can't remember. Let me see. 3.48. So 3.48 conversion rate, you're going to get 14 leads. So I want you to listen to me right now. You've been doing Google advertising. You have been marketing. But here's the reason. You're going, I'm only getting 15 leads, 12 leads, 4 leads, 8 leads. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand what's happening. I can't get more. I'm spending more and I can't get more leads. This is why. Number one, your campaign is set up wrong, right? Absolutely wrong. And number two, you don't have a high converting website. You have to have a fast website that loads quick, which that one did before, but a very high converting website. Now, like I told you, the average is 3.48. Now, if I go back and I look at this right here, let me show you my conversion. And this is real, right? I'm inside my Google AdWords campaign, right? I'm just gonna refresh it. So I'm gonna refresh my Google AdWords campaign right here. And I've run millions of dollars right here, $1.8 million on this, $1.829 million on this particular campaign. I have multiple different accounts that I run. But if you look at right here, right, basically we have statewide campaigns that we target states across the country, about 42 different states across the country. And we generated on this campaign so far 3,867 leads for the cost per lead of $11.53 with a conversion rate of 23.88%. This campaign's getting 24.57 and generated 2,718 leads. This campaign got 40% conversion at 1,000 leads. So look at this, just at 23.88. So let's look at this right here. I'm going to take this, and I get so excited. I talk fast, I'm sorry. So you look at this, and I say, now what is my conversion numbers? 22.88. So 22.88 conversion. And what's the time period? Time period is from starting December 2019. So I look at that right here, right? And I go, now watch this number right here. 14 on 400, I'm not going to change the clicks. 22.88. 96 clicks. 96, from 14 to 96. Now, the same amount of clicks, the same amount of marketing, the same amount of ad spend, higher conversions, right? Conversion rate optimization. No one's talking about it in the industry. No one knows about it. What they do is I run them on Google. I need to go hire this. I need to go hire that. They spend $3,000 or $4,000 hiring and they get 14 leads coming in. And I recently just went through a friend of mine's campaign that's run by one of these big operations that manage a ton of real estate investors just like you, campaigns. I went through their campaigns and it was completely set up wrong. I'm not gonna tell you the state he's in, but he's in the same situation. He's getting 15 to 20 leads and he's spending a fortune each week and he's wondering what is going on, how can I do it? So I showed him how to set up the campaign correctly, showed him how to get a high converting website, and it changed everything. Now let me show you this. Part of it is campaign structure. The other part of it right now is this, marketing website. So guess what? This website, this is the high converting website right here. This website converts, you just saw it, at 23.88%. This website right here. It's proven, it's factual, I showed it to you, it's documented, right? Now, how can you get this website? Easy. Here it is. Click. Here's all the pages. drag and drop. You want to edit? We buy Phoenix houses, cash, form. Now, anyone who fills out this form, the lead drops automatically into Freedom Logic. It drops automatically into the system. Anybody calls this phone number, it drops automatically in the system, right? Drops automatically in the system. I'm starting to get excited again. Drops automatically in the system, and it will go under the campaign that it came in on. And it will show, right? It will show your stats based upon the conversion metrics. So website, I go back here, I go back home. It's easy. This is my website. All you got to do is enter your name and your company name. It's literally my website. Done for you, all done. Now, right? And we have buyer sites, seller sites that are done by me, that are all high converting, that I've already spent money on. These are high converting websites. All you gotta do is drop your logo in. These are high converting websites, right? All you gotta do is dump your phone number, and you get your phone number from Freedom Logic, and then you're off to races. You wanna change anything on here, you can go ahead and do it. They have the forms, all the leads, all the calls, everything from what you do goes in here, and you don't have to connect it with Zapier or Podio or connect it with this or that. It's all done for you. Now, you go, holy cow, what about domains? How do I get my domain? You want to add a domain? I already have a domain. You type in your domain and you can connect it, right? You can do that. Or, hey, I need a domain. I want to register a domain. You put the domain in there. You go to the next step. You buy it. It connects, and you're off to the races within less than 10 minutes. It's an automatic domain connect, and you're off to the races. Now, that is conversion rate optimization. Conversion rate optimization. Insane. And I'm telling you, if you're not using my automations, you're not using the websites I use, you're just spending money on marketing, you're losing money, you're wasting time, you're trying to figure out all these platforms, you're frustrated, you're going, why is it not working? You're not following up with people correctly, and you go, what is the deal? What's happening? I need a solution. Well, here it is. Now, think about it. Imagine all the time and energy it takes setting up Podio, integrating it with Zapier, connecting it with Globiflow, integrating it with Mailcimp so the leads can go to Mailcimp so they can get setting up the automated campaigns in Mailcimp. You know, trying to connect Docusign. Maybe the push the leads to Lead Sherpa so then you can text the leads out of there. Wix, and try to build your website with Wix. Try to get reporting numbers with Plecto. Imagine the time and energy it takes. I know, because I know every one of these platforms intimately. I've been in them, I run them, I have logins for them, and I've used them. Not no more. No more. I'm done. So, most people feel lost with no direction. Here's the issue. I want to get involved in real estate. I want to wholesale houses. I see people doing deals. I want to get up and going. And then you say, I want to get going, but what happens? Oh, you've got to get this. You got to get that. You got to get a website. You got to get a domain. You have to connect it here. You got to go get Mailchimp. You have to go get this. You have to go get that. You have to go get this. And next thing you know, they're going, holy cow, I'm spending $3,000 a month on all these different things. Maybe let's call it $1,000. Let's go $2,000 a month going, what the heck is going on? 72% of real estate investors, they get overwhelmed, not because of the real estate business, not because of talking to sellers, not because of talking to buyers, not because of actually doing the business. They get overwhelmed because of all the technical tools, and they get overwhelmed and they want to quit. They want to quit. And that's sad. The total cost for all these tools I mentioned of what Freedom Logic does in itself is $3,100 monthly and $37,200 a month. And how do I know that? I just went back and looked at all my billing. I just went back to my QuickBooks and just looked at all the billing numbers of all those services. And that's how I was like, man, we use all this stuff. Oh, geez. Now, my team had to use it. They had to figure it out. They had to go through the headache. So I want to introduce you, right, and have you the ability to be part of the 175 beta group. All right, what Freedom Logic can do. Freedom Logic is an all-in-one lead management system. It's perfect for small teams. If you have this thing, it's always rocky moving teams, but now they absolutely love it. Buyer-seller websites with easy domain connect, custom intelligent, written by me, my custom 17 years of persuasive marketing, written by intelligent follow-up sequence, my smart status pre-configuration, right? So it's all statuses that are pre-configured. Integrated digital signing with the contracts, Google Maps with Street View for easy evaluation, integrated phone system, SMS broadcasting, email broadcasting, lead finder, right? So you can search the database with integrated skip tracing and SMS for instant leads. You can turn around, you can do exactly what I showed you. You get leads tonight, and you can turn around, get it tonight, and you could be one of the 175 beta group, and you could be part of it, and you could be turn around generating leads tomorrow, texting sellers tomorrow, and getting deals tomorrow using this platform. Lead Finder, Smart Campaign KPI dashboards, whiteboard property. I haven't even showed you I gotta show it to you. I gotta show you whiteboard. This is where I live. This is a whiteboard. Properties, whiteboard. We have the whiteboard, address, city, state, access, purchase price, sales price, estimated revenue of all the deals, closing date with seller, closing date with buyer. And guess what? You can move them between closed, offer accepted, pending approval, in escrow to purchase, sold the buyer, on hold or dead, right? You can move them. So if I go in here, if I want to move it to a file, I can go, hey, you know what? That property is sold to buyer. We found a buyer for that property. I'm going to apply changes. I'm going to go back here to whiteboard, and I'm going to go over to sold the buyer. These are all the properties that are closing in the next 7 to 10 days. Bam, right? And it can turn around and move it instantly. And what happens is you can manage all your closings in the flow from your leads, right, that move to properties, and the properties and how you manage them through your workflows. It is insane. Smart Campaign, whiteboard, Zillow and eAppraisal for instant comps and calculation, easy lead management with start statuses, internal buyer match, complete task management, calendar for visual daily tasks, to-do list. Hey, I don't know what to do today. You log into the system, you pull, I can't even show that. You pull out the calendar, it shows you all your tasks you need to do. You know exactly what to do today, tomorrow, the next day, and all set up intelligently. Employee permission control. Now, you bring in your team. What do you want them to see and what do you want them not to see? You have 100% control of that. Full training by me and my team to show you exactly how to get the most out of the system. And the beautiful thing is, it's mobile friendly. Now, here's the deal. Freedom Logic. We are my basically staff has chokehold me to let 175 inaugural users for support purposes so we don't get too overwhelmed. We have 175 licenses that I'm about to make available to you. The first 175, after 175, it's gone. Mobile friendly, Sean's customization made for real estate investors. It's not Podio, customized, manipulated, try to be made for investors. It's actual made for real estate investors. And it's migration friendly. We have a migration training that's gonna basically show you how to migrate, and it's so simple. Literally, I did it myself. I migrated into this, and we're gonna show you exactly how to do it. It's not hard at all. It's an all-in-one custom relationship management tool. How many more checks could you get a month with better follow-up, higher conversions, and no lead lost? No lead left behind. You're paying for leads. They're coming in your system. They're getting. Why wouldn't you just want to have an automated system follow-up and have everything all in one place? And all you need is this to get more checks. Now, who is this for? It's for part-time or full-time wholesalers. It's someone who wants more consistent paydays every single month. You want to get more deals. You want to break through to the other side. And now you realize your issue is follow-up. Your issue is converting, right? Your issue is managing leads correctly. It could be for local or virtual. My team works locally and they work virtually, and they have no problem with this system at all. Wants to get a competitive edge, wants to succeed. Understand it takes hard work and dedication. So who is this not for? It's not for someone that wants a get-rich-quick scheme. We definitely don't want someone that goes, oh, I'm just going to buy this and I'm going to get rich. It takes work, energy, effort, diligence on any business to go out and become successful. Anyone who's unethical, wants to take advantage of people, or someone that's a whiner. I don't know, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to make it work. Listen, we have 175. We want the best, most people that want to help us make this incredibly great, and we're going to give you a massive, massive discount for being part of the 175 beta group. Now, there's one. All right. Here's 8 bonuses, right, that I'm going to show you real quick. Number 1, you get access to the private members-only Facebook group. I don't know how many thousands of members are in there now, but you get access to the Facebook group. I go live in that Facebook group every 2 weeks, answer questions in there. My team's in there. Plus, you get Apple-like support. That's another reason why we're only limiting it to 175, because we want to limit the amount of support. We want to have 50 million people in here. Number 2 is automated follow-up fortunes training. I'm going to basically, we're going to do a training. So I'm doing a training every Thursday for the next 4 weeks. On the 28th through the 11th, I'm doing trainings every Thursday for everyone onboarding. We're doing Q&As. We're going onboarding, going through. Plus, we have setup videos already into the platform already, but we're getting on with people every single week, and we're going to talk about automated follow-up fortunes, what that looks like, how to generate more deals. We're also going to talk about all those numbers in the KPIs. How can you get more leads? How can you increase your deal size? How can you increase your win rate? How can you decrease your time frame from 45 to 30 to 15 days? And you can do that. Those small tweaks we're going to talk about, and we're going to take using this system, taking those small tweaks, and then be able to help you go out and do more business and generate more revenue. We're going to talk about migration assistance. We're going to talk you through the process of migrating from Podio or from any other system. We're going to talk about Freedom Logic implementation training. We're going to go through an actual implementation of doing deals, basically going out and generating revenue. How to do an additional 2 to 5 deals and make an additional $15,000 to $25,000 a month using this by leads coming in, closing those transactions, and getting deals done. Okay. Also, 2, bi-weekly deal or no deal. So 1 week I get on in the Facebook group, I go live, we answer questions. I'm there for an hour, hour and 20, hour and a half, answering questions, talking to people, talking about stuff. Then the next week, Brandon gets on and does deal or no deal. What's deal or no deal? You can bring your deals, and what he'll do is he'll analyze those deals for you, and he'll show you how he's analyzing it so you understand what numbers and offers to make. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. So he's on for 1 week. I'm on another week. He's on 1 week. I'm on 1 week. Brandon Simmons, an amazing person. He's worked with me for the past 7 years. Right-hand man, ran my real estate operation. Now he runs our entire coaching program. He's killer. 2 tickets to Extreme Freedom. We got coming up in October of this year. Here's Paul. I'm so happy and grateful I completed my first wholesale deal. Thank you, Sean Terry, for the training. Boom. Here's Eldridge, $5,000 first deal. Excited. Here's another one, Justin, $20,000 check, excited. Here's a no-brainer. So we tried to price this thing, how much, right? And we asked our people, we had basically a six-figure syndicate meeting, and we talked to them, and I kind of hinted what this was about. This was a handful of months ago, and kind of asked what, and I called up, talked to a couple people and said, what do you think I'm pricing on this? And we kind of gave them a sneak peek of what we're doing and how we're putting it together. And I said, what do you think we should charge for this? So we asked the six-figure syndicate members, and we said, hey, what do you think? And they said, a lot of them said, $5,000, $8,000 you guys charge for this thing. Lowest was $19.97 for this thing. So here's the thing: it's not going to be $5,000. It's not going to be $1,900. But here's everything you get, right? Everything you get: unlimited Apple support, automated follow-up fortunes, migration and training, exclusive access to the Flip to Freedom private group, implementation training, two tickets to Extreme Friends, $9,070 value, right? And you can join now. You get 30 days, money back, no questions asked. If you don't want to be part of the 175 group, bam, you can be out and you can't get back in, but that's fine. You can be one part of the 175 now. You can test drive it, try it for 30 days. If you like it, great. If you don't, then you could ask for a refund. So here's the deal: $1,697 or 3 payments of $590 and a monthly, for all monthly, at $497 a month. Now, that is the retail price. That is what we're releasing it for after the 175 licenses are up. So if you go to Get Flip to Freedom, Get Freedom Logic, getfreedomlogic.com, but before you do, use this coupon code, Beta1K. Beta1K. And what will happen is off for the 175 inaugural licenses, taking $1,000 off, right? $1,000 off. So it's either $697 or $257 for the payment plan. And instead of $497 a month for the monthly, it's $197 a month. That's for all the website hosting. You get 3,000 leads every single month with Lead Finder to turn around and generate. That's with the phone. That's for all the phone numbers. That's for the bringing people in there, and it's amazing. So $1,000 off, massive discount, but you got to use the coupon code. Now you can work for the next 30 days, right? You can sign up. You can start using it. You can go part of the training. If you don't like it, if you absolutely don't love it, if you don't think it's the best thing, guess what? I don't want your money. I don't care. Turn around, ask for a refund, and we'll get you back your refund, right? If you're not 100% satisfied for any reason, submit a support ticket, and we will submit that request immediately and refund your money. The last 8th fast action bonus is the live coaching calls. I'll get on the coaching calls every 2 weeks. I've been doing this for years now, and you guys, and I love doing the coaching calls. It's one of the best ways I get to connect with you guys. So all you got to do now is go to getfreedomlogic.com, getfreedomlogic.com, getfreedomlogic. Use Beta1K, and you get to save $1,000 until the 175, right? And then we're shutting down. We will open it back up in about 6 months or so once we get through these 175, and it will be $1,697 and $590 a month. Okay, so that will be the cost after, right? The retail cost after. So if you go to getfreedomlogic.com, getfreedomlogic.com. Now, if you go to getfreedomlogic.com, let me show you what it looks like. If you go here, Get Freedom Logic, you can go here, make sure you put Beta1K, name, telephone number, email address, payment details. Here's all the information, right? You can go through and you put Beta, B-E-T-A, 1K. Did I spell that right? No, I didn't. B-E-T-1K. And you press the button right here. $1,000 off for the 175 beta group members, right? You can do the same thing here, Beta1K. And you can use PayPal credit if you want, PayPal credit. PayPal credit, they'll extend you credit for 30 days, right? Or they'll extend you credit, right? You can buy now and pay later. It's not 30 days. It's, I don't know how long it is, but you buy now and pay later. So all you got to do is go to getfreedomlogic.com, and you can sign up and be one part of the 175 and sign up $697, and you're good to go. All right, so now let's keep going because we got the 1K. All right, Beta 1K, use that, Beta 1K. Here's Monica Williams, $35,000. Tyler White's $111,000. I mean, this guy became a millionaire following me. So go to getfreedomlogic.com, getfreedomlogic 175. Here you go. And you can use PayPal credit. All right, $1,000 giveaway. Remember the rules. Let me express the rules here. You have to guess the word or phrase. You can only submit your answer once. You must text your answer to this number given, 602-902-1432. Chelsea's on the other side. She's managing it. And you must answer the trivia question, right? Now, I haven't given you a trivia question yet, but here it comes. So you have to have that word or phrase, and you have to answer the trivia question. Number one, who is the wealthiest real estate investor today? Who is the wealthiest real estate investor today? In the market today. So that's pretty easy. All you can do is Google it. Who the real estate investor is, I'll tell you in a second because I know. But we're going to pick 4 people that answer right now. Remember, you can only answer once, one time. That's it. Once, one time. You can only answer once. So, and you answer once, you text your answer to 602-902-1432 right now. Chelsea's going to answer them, and let me go in. Now remember, go to Get Freedom Logic. If you want, getfreedomlogic.com, Get Freedom Logic. I don't know if the 175, if we're out of the 175 yet, or we're not even close to hitting the 175. I have no idea. But anyways, let me go back here and go to Freedom Logic. I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to go here, and we got answers. We got answers. Success, Dean Graziosi, the most successful. Hey, that could be. Sean Terry, no. Beta 1K, Beta 1. You guys are getting pretty good. That's awesome. So yeah, these are all the answers coming in. Chelsea's going to monitor those coming into the system. But make sure you go to, right there, she's going to monitor. And she's going to reach out to you via text. So Chelsea, can you pick 4 winners that win $250, and I'll send you, we'll send them a PayPal. Chelsea can do it. She can send them a PayPal tonight. We just need your PayPal. So Chelsea, could you give me 4 winners, if you have 4 winners right now, Slack those winners to Chris, and he will announce who those winners are, and we'll announce it over the one. Who do you got? You can Google person. It's I can't say it. Let me give me a pen and write it down. All right, so I'm going to write this down for Chris. She probably should know it. Okay, that's that, and she can just pick. She can pick off that. Pick 4 people. So just pick 4 people, Chelsea, that answered. Slack Chris the names of the 4 people, and we will announce the 4 people on here. The one's $250, and Chelsea will PayPal you either tonight or first thing tomorrow. She's probably exhausted answering all your text. But if you Slack 4 people, Chelsea, we'll be good to go. and we can be done. All right, so remember, you guys can use PayPal credit. PayPal will basically grant you credit to be able to do this. Maybe you could put this up on the screen, Chris. So remember, go to getfreedomlogic.com, getfreedomlogic.com. You must use the coupon code beta1k to be part of the 175 of the inaugural members of the Flip Freedom Logic system. Save a ton of money, bunch of headaches, and do a lot. So, is there any questions, Chris?
Yeah.
So remember, go to getfreedomlogic.com, getfreedomlogic.com. Beta1K is the coupon code. And we have it programmed to extinguish at 175. So if you happen to be 176 and you put in Beta1K and it does not work, then I apologize. We've hit our max of 175.
Question.
What?
Do we need to keep REI Automator?
Yes, REI Automator yes, we use REI Automator for all of our property searches. We get all our details about the property. We use that. So the two tools you need is REI Automator and Freedom Logic. All other tools you can get rid of. That's all you need to run your business. Instead of having REI Automator and all these other tools, right, to websites and stuff like that, all you need is two, and you're good to go. Remember, go to freedomlogic.com, freedomlogic.com, get signed up before that coupon code expires. And if you happen to be 176 and you put in Beta1K and it doesn't work, then I apologize. Then we have reached capacity.
What's the additional cost for skip tracing?
Skip tracing with litigator search and DNC is 23 cents for a matched record, which is cheap when you compare to other services that you then have to skip trace it, and then you have to go put it to litigator list, and you have to put it through the DNC. It's such a pain in the neck. Yeah, literally, I just did it instantly in 5 minutes in front of you.
Is there an additional cost for SMS inside this software?
SMS is 1 cent per SMS.
Is there a monthly limit to the emails you can send out?
There's no monthly limit to the emails.
Can we increase the amount of leads after that 3,000 for Lead Finder?
You can get as much as you want.
Does this replace Mojo for cold calling?
You can. Mojo, what it does, it's like a dialer, but you can call out of this system. So I'm not 100% sure exactly what Mojo does. Mojo's like a dialer, but you can call sellers directly out of the system. You can text out of the system, stuff like that. So.
Is there a way to automate transferring leads from Mojo into this?
Automate transferring leads. You can do it through Zapier. It does have a Zapier integration.
Let's see. Is the PayPal
Credit
available, including the discount?
Yes. Yep. If you go on to getfreedomlogic.com, if you go in there and you put in Beta1K, you get the $1,000 off. What will happen is you click basically checkout and you check PayPal to check out. You can use PayPal credit.
Is it single line dialing or multi?
Single line.
Is there a maximum number of users allowed?
There's not a maximum amount. There's not a maximum.
Let's see. Do we still need RVM?
No, you don't need RVM because RVM now is integrated with integrated with whatchamacallit, REI Automator. So, no.
The $697 licensing fee, is that a one-time lifetime or is it annual?
No, it's a $697 is a one-time, and then instead of $497, it's $197 a month, only for these 175 group. And that's literally a break-even cost to run the platform.
And this comes with 3,000 leads every month?
Yep, every month.
Can you have multiple phone numbers in here?
Yep, you can have as many as you want. And you got call recording. You can do call recording on there if you want. You can, I didn't even talk about the phone system, but I recorded a video earlier that you can go in and I show you how to set up the phone system. It's pretty cool.
If you're an existing Flip to Freedom product member, do you get any sort of additional discounts?
This is the discount. Most of the people on this call are Flip to Freedom Academy members. They are members. So this is the Flip to Freedom Academy. This is the discount. Majority of people on this have been part of my world. So that's why we're doing it like this.
Does it make sense to get this if I still haven't gotten a deal and I'm trying to get my first one?
Absolutely, because you can go get deals, right? You can go, you literally can use Lead Finder to go text sellers, get deals. You can manage your whole system inside there. You can use my websites that I created and set up an AdWords and have AdWords campaign going.
Would you suggest this replaces Dialpad?
Dialpad. Oh, this replaced Dialpad. Actually, you can do integrated calling inside here, but Dialpad is more for large teams, right? And that's more like the phones, like the phone system. This is more for your direct mail and inbound leads that come into your system. So we use Dialpad separately as almost like a phone. It's like saying, does Cox Communication replace, this, that, and the other? It's no. So we still use Dialpad.
Does it merge from Smarter Contacts?
Does it merge from Smarter Contacts? Actually, you can use this instead of Smarter Contacts.
Is there a iOS or Android app for this?
There's not an app for it, but it's mobile friendly.
Do you know what the cost of leads are after the 3,000?
I have no idea. I have a partner on this, but I can, if you reach out to support, so it's help@flip2freedom, help@flip2freedom.com, we can get that answer for you.
Can you walk them through the training? What's going to happen with training again after they sign up?
So after you sign up, we have a handful of videos in the membership site. Essentially, over the next 4 weeks, every Thursday, we're going to be on the line with you, and we're going to do the migration assistant, right? We're going to talk about how to migrate. We have an actual document for migration if you're migrating from another platform, which has been a big question we've got from a lot of people. Then we're going to go follow-up fortunes, right? We're going to talk about how to increase revenue strictly by follow-up. We're going to talk about that seller decision timeline. We're going to talk about how to use the sequences correctly and what that can do to generate revenue for you. So we got follow-up fortunes. We also have, let me see, go back here. Where's the other trainings on here? Oops. Let me see, we go. All right, so we've got the migration training, exclusive access for the free, okay. Oh, the implementation training. So basically what we're going to talk about is how you can increase your revenue. So we also talked about those KPIs and modifying and tweaking those KPIs. So we're going to get more in depth when it comes to increasing the leads coming in. So if I go back into, let's say this right here, if I go back into this, these numbers are incredibly important. So if I show you how to increase your deal flow to $15,000 and you do your closing time frame, look at that, 2.1 million, right? But now if you're doing $7,000, all the numbers are the same. Bam, you just lost $1 million by reducing the deal size. Now, most people are converting at between 1% and 2%. Now look at that, 340,000. If they're converting at 1%, right? There's a lot of wholesalers out there right now making 80 grand, 90 grand, 100 grand, 150 grand, even $200,000 or $300,000, and they're still not getting it. They're still not getting, how do I make the big bucks in the business? Part of it is the team and hiring the right people, right? And having the people on your team, but a ton of it is right in here, right? If you increase the leads and you go to 300 leads a month, right? Now, I showed you in our campaigns, right? Look at that. Look at how many is that leads right there? Look at that. Just in this campaign right here, over close to 4,000 leads come into your business. So if you have 4,000 leads come into your business, it'd be a big difference. Now, let's say we turn around, you get 300 leads, you increase it to 12 grand, and your win rate goes from 1, but it goes to 5 per se, and you do your closings over a 20-day period, right? And you do that, bam, this is how this business works, right? Do you think that would make a difference in your life if you just tweaked a couple things? And people go, oh, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well, there you go. There it is. So the bottom line is you need this. It's for me. I'm using it all day, every day. My team is using it all day, every day. It is the absolute, I've been doing this for 17 years. I manage a team of 10 people. We do millions of dollars a year in revenue. We do deals all across the entire country. We get leads that come in every single day, every single month. And we're closing deals all over the place. And this is one of the biggest reasons why, because we have a highly effective lead management system, highly converting websites. We've got an amazing lead management system. And it works amazing. So if you want to be part of the 175 licensees, right, go to Get Freedom Logic right now, Beta 1K, that's Beta 1K, check it out. You're going to regret not signing up for this, because once it closes down, whenever that is, it could be tomorrow, next week, a week from now, whenever that happens, whenever we reach 175, this thing will close down. And when that does, then it's going to $16.97, and it's $4.97 a month. So, and here's the reason why. Because first off, I have a partner in this, right? I have a partner in this, and he has a team of developers, software developers behind it. And then I have my team. This is not cheap to run and manage and put together and integrate everything all in one. It's definitely not cheap to do it. So I literally busted my partner's chops just to get it to where we are right now, just for this 175 beta group. So that's where it is. So go to Get Freedom Logic right now, Get Freedom Logic, sign up for the beta group. Not really the inaugural group, it's more the inaugural group of the 175. And we'll do it. Any other questions? Who's the 4 winners?
The 4 winners are...
All right, the 4 winners. We got the 4 winners of the $1,000 cash giveaway, $250 a piece. And Chelsea, you got my okay to get their PayPal information, and you can PayPal them this evening $250. If they want to apply the $250 to the purchase and be one of the 75, we can do that as well.
It is Janice Newman.
Janice Newman! You are one of the 4. Janice Newman, congratulations. You are the smartest, paid attention, and the most intelligent. I appreciate it. Janice Newman.
Cross Conrad.
Cross Conrad in the house. Boom, baby. Cross Conrad. Getting deals done. Making it rain.
Robert Lee.
Robert Lee. Isn't isn't Robert Lee like a general? Robert E. Lee.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert E. Lee is in the house. What's up, man? General Lee is in the house. Congratulations. You win $250. Who is the last and final winner?
Dustin.
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 Dustin. Dustin, you are, I have no idea who you are, Dustin, what your last name is, but you are a winner. So, for the winners, I'm sure you'll be texting with Chelsea. Make sure you get her your PayPal information to her. She will get that information. She has access to my accounts, PayPal account, and she will send you out $250 tonight or tomorrow, whenever she gets, whenever she does it. She's going to get it within the next 24 hours. She'll get you the $250 and you will be the winner. All right, this is the last call. Go to Get Flip to Freedom Logic right now. Be part of the 175. Be part of the 175. Beta 1K. Use that coupon code. Last call. I don't know where it's going to close down. When we hit 175, this goes away. For 6 months, we work with the 175, then it increases to $16.97. So, thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this. Greatly appreciate it. Any final last words, Chris? We're good?
There's a couple more questions if you want.
Okay, 2 more questions.
Can you import existing onCarrot websites?
No. Nope, you can't import, but you can use the onCarrot for, say, if you want to use it for like your property stuff. These are for pay-per-click advertising converting websites. Right? These are high converting, 23% converting websites. I just showed you proof. For online marketing websites. So.
And then just to fully clear it up one last time, it is a one-time license fee and then a monthly fee after 30 days, correct? After
30 days. The first 30 days, I will pay the first 30 days. You have $1 charge. You pay $1. I pay $196 for the first. Again, I had to negotiate that with my partner. So it's $697 one time, right? And then it's for the first month, it's $1, right? You have to test it and use it and try it out. If after the month you hate it, you don't like it, you ask for a refund, you'll be not part of the 175, you'll be out, and you'll get your refund, and we apologize for anything. And that's it. And then after 30 days, it's $197 a month.
Okay.
All right. Go to getfreedomlogic.com, getfreedomlogic.com. We will see you. We'll see you later. We got a long weekend coming up, right? Memorial Day weekend. I'm flying in some crabs from Chesapeake Bay. We're going with Old Bay seasoning. Neighbors are coming over, and we're gonna crack some crabs on Memorial Day weekend, and it's gonna be fun. And I'm gonna think of you going out there. And thank you so much. Stay safe. Social. Yes, we're gonna be wearing masks, not, and gloves. No. And we'll talk soon. So take care. God bless. Stay safe out there. And go to getfreedomlogic.com right now. Sign up. Talk to you soon. God bless.